Alright, this is level 3 of the programming levels, I guess. And this will talk about menus. This program, we're going to create a new one. What this program will do is it will recall all of the pictures that you have drawn. Actually, it'll recall 3 of them. You can make it so that it'll do all 9, but I'm just going to do 3 for making this faster. We'll call this program call pick, and now to start it off, you'll do clear draw, and you do that by doing second program and just hitting enter, and that'll put clear draw right onto the screen. And you also want to turn off the axes, which you do by going down here and hitting enter for axes off. Now we're going to create a menu, and these menus can be tricky because there's lots of formatting involved, and if you mess up anything it'll come up with like an error message. I don't know exactly what it says, but it'll say something. The first thing that you have to enter is the title of the menu. So to do that, you start by putting a quotation thing here, and you put the title. So since this is going to be recalling pictures, we'll put the title of the graph to be, or of the menu to be recall. Then you have to close the quote, and then you put a comma, and then you put another quote, and this will be the name of your first option, the first thing that you can use, the first thing you can click on. So the first thing you can click on here will be pick 1, since we're having different pictures that we can choose to recall. Remember to close the quote there, and put a comma, and then you need to put a 1. What this 1 is saying is it's telling the menu is set up so that the number you put here, it tells you to go to that label. So later on in our program we'll have a label 1 that will tell the program what to do if this pick 1 is clicked. It'll go to label 1. Now you put another comma and another quotation, and then we'll call this pick 2 for the second picture to recall. Close the quote, put a comma, label 2, another comma, another quote, pick 3, close the quote, and then you need to tell this one where to go. I'll end it with 3. So now we have 3 different places this program can go depending on which one is clicked, and you don't have to close any parentheses here. You can just leave it blank and it'll work perfectly fine. But now what we have to do is we have to do label 1. So label 1 is found under program. Actually, label is found under program. And then you have to hit 1 after you do this. So label 1, and hit enter. And then once this is clicked, you want to recall picture 1. So you do second program to go to the drawing thing, and this will recall the picture, recall pick, and then recall pick 1. Next line is display graph, and what that does is it displays the graph. It's pretty obvious. You do that by hitting program, input output, and go down to number 4, display graph, and then just hit enter. New line, and now we need to do a stop, so you do that by hitting program and scrolling way down to the bottom here under F, and it's called stop. The reason you need stop is because if you don't have this stop, the program will keep going and it'll keep recalling all of the pictures because it will think it should go on to label 2 and then recall the second picture, and then it would just be a mess. So we don't want that to happen, so we click the stop so that it knows the program should just stop running, and it'll just let you look at the picture of whatever you drew. Now we need label 2, program 9 2, 9 is what you press to get label. Recall picture 1, so go to second draw, recall pick. Recall picture 2, display graph. Nope, wrong button. Program, display graph. And then stop. Program again. Down here. Stop. And then you do it for one more label. Label 3. 9, 3. Recall picture 3. And display graph, and then stop. Display graph. And stop. And now your program is done. So you hit second quit, or second mode, to get out of it without breaking anything. Then to run the program, you go to call pick, hit enter, and now this fancy looking menu comes up. And recall, there's your title. Here's option 1, option 2, option 3. So if you want to see picture 1, you would just click enter under 1. Enter. And then picture 1 comes up, which I just drew like in 5 seconds. So say you're done looking at that picture, you run the program again by hitting enter. Okay, I want to look at picture 2. Enter. Okay, there's picture 2. Cool. And one more time for picture 3. You can hit the actual button number 3. That also works. That'll bring up my little smiley face guy here. And that is all you need to know about menus. If you know that, you can do a lot of things.